Hi, Chris Duff over at Serious Land Capital, vacant land funding partner. Recording this one pretty late on a Friday. It's been a grinding week for sure. That has flown by. A lot of that has had to do with daily extended meetings with my engineering team for Land Pricer. I've commented a couple times on this over the past couple weeks. Larger kerfuffle, to say the least, with kind of communication and expectations for getting certain tasks done. Had to have much more kind of strict measures be put in place. You can listen to some previous pods I did on this last week. How I had to handle the situation, but ultimately we were trying to get everything done for the MVP this week. We were having daily stand-up meetings that ended up stretching onward of an hour or more, like every day, plus a lot of my own internal testing and checking on various engineering tickets. This is on top of the just running the funding company in and of itself. So there was just a lot going on, and quality control that I had to be checking in on items in order to be satisfied with pushing a product out. I know there's been a number of software companies where it's like, just ship ASAP and, just fix issues as they come out. It's fine to launch something broken and just sort things out. To me, just from personality perspective, plus like the level of consistency and the reputation for high quality that we've built from the Serious Land Capital side, I want that to be conveyed over on the Land Pricer side too. So that's why there's some fairly complicated back end math that has to go in here that requires even if the engineers are doing their job and kind of implementing what I originally designed, like from a quality control standpoint, no one is ever going to have as much attention to detail as the person who created it. Going in there and really making sure, okay, this math is correct. We're not having bugs here. Inevitably some stuff is going to creep up, but I really want to ensure, okay, the lion's share is looking good. The various pathways that people are going to be following, it is correctly translating over what we are expecting the results to be, because again, that is by far the most important part of the product, regardless of how anything else performs from like a usability perspective and stuff too. But that's something I also put a lot of time into. So it's been a lot of kind of eye-bleeding amount of work trying to test out all of these features, and there's still a couple key bugs here, mainly related to kind of like line breaks and the way that the output appears from a pricing summary perspective. So it's still just it's a bit too messy, but that should all be fixed by Monday. Plus we have basically the full landing page website set up that allow people to sign up. So like basically all of this is done. I think the remaining items should hopefully be less than like 5 hours of additional work. Again, we're like way over budget, way over time budget too. So I credit the engineering team that when I called them out, they jumped on it. They prioritized my project internally above all others. So credit's given where it's due. Nevertheless, this last week and a half, still like another $4,000 bite out of my own checkbook to have made this additional progress in this latest sprint here. Again, a lot of these engineers are in the Middle East and Pakistan. Ramadan's ongoing, so they're on these calls with me at 11, 12 p.m. their time. I've been fasting the whole day. Like, it hasn't been the best setup, I'm sure, for them personally, but I appreciate their dedication to getting things addressed, and feeling very satisfied with the progress that was made. So shouldn't be needing these daily meetings anymore past probably Monday or Tuesday of next week. I've already been reaching out to some of you for beta invites for this and anticipating like a full public launch by mid-April now will be the case here. So yeah, you might even be detecting a bit of the exhaustion in my voice, just these endless meetings and my own rigor in making sure that hey, I don't want to launch anything that I can't personally be proud of from a product side, and something that I'm going to be having my own team utilize internally for reviewing deals here. So the quality needs to really be top notch. There's a certain level of craftsmanship that needs to be achieved here. So that has been my strategy and game plan from the start amidst all these delays, which could have done a million things differently. If anything, I've learned that software is not for the faint of heart. It is not easy, it is for sure. Regardless of all these like AI coding related items, it's just it's probably still a little too early for some of these coding solutions to come into play here. So I had to strike while the iron was hot. Can't be waiting around, but feel like we're perfectly positioned to add this to our repertoire, launch it to the rest of the industry, and hopefully benefit so many other land investors. Rising tide lifts all boats, right? So that is our goal here. I just wanted to give you all an update how this last sprint and push was, where my focus of attention was over this last week. It's definitely been primary. Looking forward to finally getting these out to beta testers, and hopefully not too many other key bugs to fix before we can do a public MVP launch. So with that, hope you all enjoy your weekends. A lot of parts of the country are starting to warm up here. If you're looking for funding, even amidst not that much else marketing, we were just getting deals in left and right, like millions and millions of dollars worth of deals. Very, very exciting to see. So, just take heart in that. If you've been having a bit of a slow period, there are definitely deals out there. We see probably the highest amount that we've ever seen in the history of our business. And invested, acquired the most amount that we've ever done over the last several weeks. Dispo activity is strong too, so I'll get into more details about that probably sometime next week. But yeah, if you're looking for funding, seriousland.capital. Reviewing your land deals. You can find us at Land Daily Diligence Facebook group, and then landpricer.ai for the software that I just remarked on all throughout this podcast. With that, hope you all subscribe and share. And that you continue to get value out of this. Looking forward to tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye.